Hello, welcome to another edition of Sik'ar Reviews, and I'm looking forward to this review. This review is something special. Oop, do you already see the glass tube? Glass tube? Not all glass tubes are super fancy. This one I consider super fancy. This is a Macanudo Vintage 2000. Wow. I still have it totally sealed here. It's almost a shame to open this up. Oh, of course, and thank goodness I have tools here. I didn't want to open. This has a cork in the end for freshness. And there's a little piece of cloth in there. That's a unique smell. Kind of barnyard hay, but it's weaker than that. Can't exactly put a good flavor profile on that, the scent. And that is actually printed right on the tube. I will keep that. This is a very beautiful wrapper. It is from a bumper crop that Macanudo had back in 2000 of Connecticut. They aged the leaves for quite a long time, and only about 8% of the entire crop got chosen to be leaves for this. It has underneath that aged vintage 2000 Connecticut wrapper, it has Mexican Medio Tiempo San Andreas binder, which comes from Upper Leafs. It's near the Ligero. In fact, I've heard it's just above the Ligero line. So that makes this a rather difficult leaf to actually try to blend, wrap with or bind with. So usually because it's thick and smaller pieces. So getting leaves big enough to be able to and to get them to hold together, it's impressive. And then it has a Dominican Pilato Cubano long filler. So it is possible that this was blended by Rick Rodriguez. He is listed as their blender, but he's also listed as their ambassador, and they have him marked as CAO. So I don't know if he only works with the CAO blends or if he works with all blends. And I don't know how long he's been there, but I know that he's a well-known name. The only person they have listed as a blender, though, at General Tobacco. This here is the X size. Interesting that they go with numbers. I think it's Roman numerals, actually. This would be the 10. It is a Toro 6x54. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this up. Kind of a tight draw already. I'd expect a little bit more than a tight draw, but it's kind of a doughy quality to the dry puff. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this up. I'm really hoping that draw issue does not become a problem. I've had some that have horrible drawing, and when I smoke, it just opens all up. So and it seems that's not going to be an issue. Ooh, incredible flavors right from the beginning. Something mildly fruity, but not sweet. Something sort of along the lines of leather and coffee as well. Kind of confusing, actually, to have fruit, coffee, and leather. Oh, nice room note. That just went right past my nose, and I got a nice whiff of it, and it actually smells really good. I think this is going to be a cigar that's ever changing in flavor. Oh, and this is a pleasure to retrohale. Might be one of the best retrohales I think I've ever had off a cigar. I could actually probably do that this whole way, all the way through it. It's just that tasty at this point. Kind of had a sweetness to the retrohale while it was being blown out. And could be even something slightly vegetative in here too. Some type of vegetable flavor. Anyways, I'm going to get to you back to you at the halfway point and let you know how this progresses. And I think this is going to be fabulous. So, I'll see you shortly. Welcome back to the halfway point of this Macanudo Vintage 2000. Very, very pleasing cigar. Now, here's the thing. It is extremely subtle in flavor. It is totally possible for a person to smoke this and think that it was flavorless. However, with a little attention, you'll notice there's actually a little bit of pepper. There's a little bit of leather notes, some fruity notes, a little bit of cedar, and a little bit of cocoa. It's very, very mild though, and some of the flavors, as subtle as they are very hard to detect. So just because I say them doesn't mean you're going to end up getting them, just because it is that subtle. So fantastic cigar so far, and I'm going to get to the final third of this, let you know how it goes, and I'll see you then. Hello, and welcome to the final third of this Macanudo Vintage 2000. The flavors have increased. It's more of a mild to medium body now. Primarily cedar and grass notes. Touch of that clove feeling, not flavor. And a little bit of pepper. And so far this has been absolutely fantastic. It is well worth being a celebratory cigar if you can't afford many of these. And if you can afford them, well, all the better. They're fantastic. So I give them a really good recommendation. And I really don't have much else to say. So thank you for watching. And add and subscribe. Leave questions, comments, feedback, suggestions. Have you smoked this? If you have, please go ahead and leave your comments down below on what you thought. Just keep it nice is all I ask, and enjoy every puff.